Well, hello and welcome back to the Clara CFO Group channel. Today I'm going to pay off my Eidl loan. Why not? I thought it might be good to walk you guys through the process. I did a video a while back and I showed you guys how I received an Eidl loan. I thought at the time it would be a good thing for my business based on the current economic uncertainty. I ended up taking out a $20,000 Eidl loan. But actually it's just been sitting in a savings account of mine and I haven't needed it, thankfully. So I have decided, I've looked at my cash flow forecast, I've looked at everything in my business, and I've really come to a decision that I actually don't need these funds and I would like to pay them back before I accrue any more interest on this loan, because looking at the current financial situation of my business, I just decided, hey, I really actually don't need it. And I don't foresee needing it either. And that's where that cash flow forecast really comes in handy when I'm planning my business. And remember, I do have the cash flow forecast available as a free download from my website. So I can put a link below if you would like to do that for your own business. It's a super helpful exercise. So when I was looking at that, I decided, hey, I don't need this money. I don't need this $20,000. And I also don't want to just hold on to it for no reason. So I thought it would be good to walk you guys through exactly how you can pay this back. And we're going to get into it. I'm going to show you pay.gov. That's the way to do it electronically online. And then I've showed you guys before the statements that you get from the SBA. So I'll also link that video below. So if you got one of these statements, you might want to just pull it out and be familiar with the information, because on the back of the statement, it shows the directions. So we're going to kind of talk through this piece right here. Okay, paying online, payment option from pay.gov, and then there's also online bill pay by phone, and then you can also always send in a check. So they give you the little, statement slip at the bottom, so you can always rip that off, write in your amount, and then mail off a check like you would normally. Just follow the instructions, okay? So without kind of going too much more into it, because we're going to talk about it when I have pay.gov up, I hope this is helpful. So let me know if it is. Tell me if you have any questions about repaying your own loan, or you're trying to make a decision on whether you need to. Feel free to put those in the comments below. And then please also make sure to like the video and also make sure you're subscribed, because it's helpful. Hopefully it's helpful. If it's not helpful, don't subscribe. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get into pay.gov. All right, so here we are at the pay.gov website. So on the back of the SBA form that you'll receive, there's a couple options. But what we're going to do is look at the electronic option to pay. So the first thing we're going to do here, and I'm actually going to go through my process to go ahead and pay off this loan. So I'm super excited because basically I was doing my own cash flow forecast for my business, and I just realized, hey, I don't need this money. I don't need to hold on to it. And I also just don't really want the risk of holding on to it to where I might be tempted to use it for other things, or I might, get a little bit overconfident with my amount of cash, and maybe it will not help me make the conservative decisions I'd like to make in my business right now. So we're going to go ahead and follow the instructions here. So I went to pay.gov, and then we're going to, it says on the back of the form here, and submitting the SBA form 1201 borrower payments. So we're going to click here, make 1201 borrower payments. Pay it right here. And then you can set up a recurring payment. So if you want to do that, you're going to have to create a user account and create sign in, but I'm just going to do a one-time payment today. So we're going to go through that. All right, so I would highly recommend, if you're planning to fully pay off your loan, that you make sure that you call this number here, the 1-800-659-2955. This is a special number specifically for these loans. Do not call the number on the back of your piece of paper. If you got that from the SBA, the statement, I tried to call it and got hung up on probably 4 times as I was trying to get my payoff amount. So this number is the correct number. Make sure you call the one here listed on this page. So what you're going to want to do is if you're fully paying off your loan, you're going to have some accrued interest that you may not know the exact amount of, and it's hard to calculate because they do it on a daily rate. So just to make sure that you don't pay the wrong amount or overpay or underpay and then have another remaining amount left over, make sure that you call this number first and get your full payoff amount.
Welcome to the U.S. Small Business Administration.
SBA customer service, how may I help?
Hi, Michael. I was curious if I could get a payoff amount for my Eidl loan.
Sure. Do you have your application or loan number, please?
Yeah, I have my loan number.
Thank you. Please hold.
Okay.
All right. So it looks like I'll just go down the list here, but the total disbursement was $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
The accrued interest to date is $489.04.
Okay.
It is accruing interest at a rate of $2.05 per day.
Okay.
If a payment were to be made today, it would be for $20,489.04.
Okay. All right. That is all I need. Thank you so much.
Very good. You're very welcome.
Okay.
Remember, the SBA is open 7 days a week from 8 to 8 Eastern Time.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Have a good one.
Bye now.
Bye. So here are the accepted payment methods. Bank account, which is a direct ACH. You'll need a check so that you know your account number and your routing number. You can use a PayPal account or a debit card. So we're going to go ahead and continue. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put in my information and then skip forward here. Now the payment amount, this is the amount, not the principal amount of the loan. This is what you want to pay, the full amount, all the dollars, including any accrued interest that you want to pay. So in this box, I'm going to put $20,489.04. All right, and I'm going to fill out the rest of this and click continue. All right, so here I am on the next screen, and now it's just asking me how I want to pay. So I am double checking my number here that this is correct, and I'm going to pay with a bank account, and I'm going to click next. All right, so this is the part I'm definitely not sharing with you guys, but I'm going to fill this in, and then we will click next. So here we go. I'm going to do the payment date would be today, the date that I'm doing this. Okay. All right, it's going to allow me to do this as the earliest payment date. So I actually am going to have to do a little bit of a calculation here. I'm going to have to add a couple days of interest onto my payment. All right, so you guys might notice that I actually changed the payment amount from what I entered in the previous screen, because as I was going through the process, I realized that the system would not let me make a payment as of today. So I'm trying to make this on January 29th, 2021. And when I tried to pay as of this date, it said, sorry, you're going to have to choose a payment date 3 business days from now. So this is a tip. When you call for your loan payoff amount, they should also give you your interest rate accrued per day. And I wrote that down. I'm glad I wrote it down when I was talking to the guy, because he said it was $2.05 per day. So I had to go back to the number that he gave me. If I were to pay it off today, it was going to be $20,489.04. But the system is not letting me pay as of today. It's making me do it 3 days from now. So I had to add $6.15 to the total. So that's how I got this total of $20,495.19. So that was 3 days at $2.05. All right. So just wanted to close the loop there, because you might have to do that same calculation. And then let's go ahead and click Bank ACH, because that's what I'm going to do. All right, so this part I'm not going to show you guys. We're going to skip ahead once I fill it out, but you'll go ahead and put in the payment date. This is that part I was talking about. You click earliest payment date, and even though I'm recording this on January 29th, it is not letting me pay as of January 29th. All right, so make sure that you think about that when you are calculating your payoff amount, if you're doing a whole payment like I am. All right, and then it has my account holder name. You might need to change this if your bank account, the account coming out of it is slightly different. Just be aware of that. And then you'll go ahead and fill in your checking account information. and we're going to skip ahead. All right, well, we're reviewing all of the information now, just making sure that everything looks right, that the loan amount is obviously right and the payoff amount is right. And we're just putting in a confirming email address and signing an authorization and disclosure, authorizing the pay.gov to automatically take this money out of my account. And I agree to the authorization and disclosure. And I'm going to go ahead and submit my payment. Yay, okay, so this is the payment confirmation. We have a confirmation here, and it's emailed me the confirmation that I have. I'm gonna go and check my email real quick and make sure that I'm going to get my email. But the big thing is when you scroll down from this page, I'm not gonna show you my confirmation number, but it does give you a confirmation number. Make sure you save this information, because if for some reason you have some kind of dispute or you need to go back and make sure that you have documentation on the payment back of this loan, you want to have this information. So you can take a screenshot of this page, you can print it to PDF or something and just save this information. Make sure it is filed away somewhere in your EIDL files. All right. Okay, well, that is it. That is all you have to do. And remember, you can use this same pay.gov system, whether or not you're doing a full one-time payment or if you're doing multiple payments. And it did look like you could set up a profile and put in your recurring payments. So that will be important. So if you are going to just get on the regular payment cycle, you can go ahead and get that set up. All right, and remember that you also have the option to always make payment by phone. You can mail in a check. And you can also set up, if your bank has some sort of online bill pay system, you can also set it up that way. So if you do that, it says to make sure to put the SBA as a payee, that's who you're paying it to, and then put your 10-digit loan number on, which is on the front of the statement, as your quote unquote account number. And remember to put the payment address, what is on the statement as well. So on the statement, there's this section where it says payment mailing address, and it's to the Small Business Administration, P.O. Box 3918, Portland, Oregon, 97208-3918. So just to confirm that that's the mailing address for any payments you're making to the SBA. All right. Well, you guys, I hope that was super helpful. I really, I want you guys to be able to make these payments as soon as you possibly can. And when it makes sense for your business, only you will know that as the owner. So just be aware. And I wanted to give this information to you guys. So I hope that's helpful. Please give this video a thumbs up if it was. And let me know below what else you'd like to know about the EIDL or the PPP, or really any small business finance concern you have. All right, thanks so much. Bye.